People like to say, hey, how you doing? Just as a nicety when they see you. How you doing? And for years I've just been saying, I don't know, how's my hair? My hair knows better than me how I'm doing. It's like, no matter how it looks, that's how I'm doing. How are you doing? I was watching some 60 Minutes thing interviewing Trevor Noah. He talks about, and I don't want to get it wrong by saying I don't want to get it wrong. I don't want to put ideas into your head of how he feels about anything. It's just how I reacted to this. And it's not him saying anything good or bad, it's just an observation, the way I see it. He's talking about the hatred in America, the United States. Talks about that. And I immediately knew what he was talking about. It's as I've said before, I was in the campus the one time at Michigan State, and in a lecture building, buildings, and there was the board in the front, and there was a girl, and she was obviously not raised in America. She was, I am interested in people. I like talking to all kinds of people, and I find that people like to be able to share things about themselves as well, especially if they're in a place like America where they don't get to talk so much to people in a way that isn't. And I came up and I said, can I help you? And seemed obvious to me she was from Africa, an African exchange student. I said, can I help you? And she was like, oh. I said, it's okay. And she said, oh, I'm sorry. And I helped her. And then at the end, she said, I'm so afraid in America. I said, well, what do you mean? And this is from a person that's sure I've been out a few times already by then, but I'm not thinking too much about it. And she said, well, we watch the news and all the violence and the aggression. And I'm like, I always thought that's how we were supposed to think about you guys. That's all we see about Africa is their fighting and their civil wars and everything. And this is 1990, maybe, I don't know, between 92 and 95, so probably 93, 94, 92. And that is what they see of us in the news. And the thing is, it doesn't seem like it takes so much to cut down and make somebody look bad. That's just all the news they get out of us. All they got to do is watch what we have to offer. And it's horrifying. But where we see news from them, we only see it on what these people that tell us about us show us. That's horrifying. They want to keep us scared and hateful towards everybody, even ourselves. But I never experienced this myself. Culture shock. We learn about it, culture shock when you go to some other country and it's just like, closest I came in China to culture shock was wondering if I was dreaming, because in dreams the letters aren't always right, and I'd be sitting there on a dirt road and seeing, the characters, Chinese characters on buildings, and it felt like I was in a dream, but that's not culture shock. You just have that moment, wow, am I here? The first time I ever really experienced culture shock, even after having been away to a war and all kinds of stuff, being held, fucking political prisoner in the goddamn Ukraine, taken off a train in the middle of the night behind a fucking little building in the back of a truck, and then being, all that. You've heard the story. But I never experienced culture shock in my life until coming back from China the very first time. I'd been away for 8 months. I said, America, love it or leave it. And I said, I gotta get out of here. I just had a government class. I saw the lies they tell us. And I said, I gotta get out of here. See that? I followed it. I said, America, love it or leave it. I gotta get out of here. And within weeks, I was gone. I was in China. It was the first time. I've been accused of running away from something my whole life. And I was like, no, I'm running to something. But at this point, I said, I got to get out of here. I was running away from the American way. It was too disturbing to me to be able to just live here in it. And I was gone for 8 months. I was in the mountains. I was in the gorges. I was in the cities. I was in the ghettos. I was down in the rice paddies near North Vietnam. Eight months, and all I ever saw was peace between people. A very peaceful people, loving, wonderful people. Can't say that's all I saw. What I also saw was old grandmothers in rice paddies with their fucking cell phones, and me thinking, we can't even get a signal in the US. How are they doing it out in the middle of this fucking rice paddy? There's something going on that they're not telling us. Either that or they're telling us something that's not going on, so we don't pay attention to what is going on. There's something fucked up. So I was gone 8 months, and it was time to come home, time to do the hay. Actually, I think my mother was in hospital at the time. I had to come home for something, come back. Here comes the culture shock. I fly back into San Jose because that's where my ticket was. And I get out, and I'm at the light rail by the courthouse, getting to get up to get to the bus, and the first culture shock was like watching water buffalo walking through the fucking field in the rice paddies. You know, it was going across the road by the city main jail where the courthouse is there on First Street, I think, whatever it is. And everybody was so fucking obese, it shocked me. I'm not used to seeing people that are just totally overweight and falling apart, and I'm trying to walk in a way that doesn't make it look like I stand out, but I can't fucking wait with these people. I'm passing people going across the road, watching these fucking fat cat bitches, all of them. I said, oh my God, how disturbing is this? It's a fucking national pandemic, a national fucking demic, whatever the fuck it is. I couldn't believe I'd never noticed how out of physical shape people were. We're not supposed to be like that. That was the first thing. But let's get to the hate. I'm getting on the bus to go back to Gaylord out of San Francisco, and I'm just standing there in line, and this fucking guy, and then the three guys are getting in front of me, and fucking I'm just standing there, I'm like, and they're looking at me like, you won't fuck with us? I'm like, It's like somebody reaching out and grabbing your penis when you're not offering it to them. It just throws you. I had culture shock. I've been away from the hate for too long. Probably a good thing, because there could have been trouble right then and there. But geez, oh man, why are you so fucking hateful about nothing? And you're gonna get on a bus with a stranger where if you can't eat it or fuck it, throw it out, shirt with a fucking gorilla on it. You don't know what you're getting into. On a bus, you're stuck in that place. It could be a fucking riot, and nobody seems to fucking care. You wanna wonder about the hatred of your average United States citizen? Just go out and try and talk to somebody today.